Paper mills. You know how I got my diploma? I earned it. I got my bachelor, I spent 5 years in school. 180 hours. For my master's, I spent 5 years in school and going for 85 hours. My bachelor's, I produced a film. For my master's, I produced a film. Now, if I was going to go for a PhD at that time, I could have bought my PhD for $5,000 for a new, with saying footnotes and saying where I think, you know, it's 80,000 words, and right, and there's a paper mill back there. There is a paper mill now, it's called a paper mill, for people who want to publish and are too lazy to actually sit down and do the work. You add your name to a authorship and have it published somewhere. Or it's been published and you can add your name to something that's already been published for $5,000. And if you're looking for tenure at a university or something like that, you can add your name to that. It's like adding your name to a U.S. patent. You know, I didn't work on the patent, but I just happened to put my name in there. Or the Nobel Peace Prize. Sure. That would get me hung fast. But you've got firms out there selling published papers, and you can add your name onto the published paper, even though the published paper may be crap. Do you know the difference? A scientific journal may sit there and have the library to research it. When I was in my early days in the news world, I would go to an AP office and I'm working on a story, can you give me information on this? And they said, we will sell you information on this. If you want a picture that goes with the information, we can sell you that thing. We own the copyright to this. And our researchers, they sit there and they type it out, and I could submit that as a paper. Would I do that for my master's stuff and that thing? No way. No way. No way. No way. Why? Because I've been the guy who's going to get caught, and I can get tossed out of my master's program. So I always, this is a book I got this from, this is the page I got it from, this is the paragraph I got it from. And I would type this out, and of course make typing mistakes, and then go back and key back and select, you gotta select your typer corrector. Yeah, that's like $2,000 there for that. Because I had to do scholarly work at the master's level. Of course, I let my mother read this ahead of time, and sometimes I paid my mother to type it out for me correctly. She's a lot better typer than I am. But the paper mills are churning out better manuscripts without mistakes in them. I guess an AI is reading them. AI, yeah. Well, if I would submit something to an AI, it would correct my spelling. It would correct the way how it's phrased, if it's phrased properly. I mean, what and that, if it's phrased what it's supposed to be as the English language. So while I'm an incompetent moron writing a paper, the AI there can make me look like a genius. So somebody questions me, which one of the things I did when I talked to a person who, going for the PhD, oh, what did you get your dissertation on? Dissertation says your doctoral level, where a thesis says your master level. So I talked, oh, you got your dissertation in what again? Oh, you're trying to pick her up. No, I'm not trying to pick her up. Because they're graduating with a master's degree. And, oh, what's your thesis on? Because nobody really asks a student what their thesis on. What was my thesis? Oh, mine was a film. Yeah, it's film cost $20,000, and I put my time into it. Yes. But yeah, the paper mills are still out there. People are still cheating. Graduate students, for $5,000, you can buy a paper, produce somebody with the scholarly level of an AI. And usually, as I said with AIs, they produce fact sheets they create their own books, their own fact sheets. And they can even put into a well-known, mind you, a well-known publishing firm, a book published by them with the U.S. Congress, thing. It's all there. It's all phony. It looks real. It's on their website, or was on their website. It's literally speaking, you created a book that doesn't exist that's on their website. It was from 10 years ago. Yes. And it's getting, well, if you got a doctoral dissertation that's 80,000 words, you better know it. And you're talking doing it for a few years, or a lot of years. Me, I'd be lucky to do 800 words instead of 80,000.